the only show on YouTube where we give you all the specs you want to know about a car in 5 minutes. Who could deny that the last 10 years have been a beacon of hope for hot hatch enthusiasts, with the industry escalating from hot to extra hot to sports car shaming mega hatches. Ford has sought to reclaim its spot at the top of the food chain and honor its previous attempt with the 2002 Mark I Focus RS and the 2009 Mark II. The 2016 Focus RS is finally here, and armed with a 2.3-liter dual overhead cam, 16-valve direct injected, turbocharged, intercooled incline 4-cylinder petrol engine. It is the same engine used in the 6th generation Ford Mustang. The newly developed EcoBoost engine is good for 350 horsepower at 6,000 RPM, with the rev limiter being at an impressive 6,800 RPM. Max torque comes about at a much shallower 3,200 RPM with 324 pound-feet of torque, and there is also an overboost function for 347 pound-feet of torque for a whole 15 seconds. The Focus RS weighs in at a not-so-light 1,524 kilograms. That's 162 kilograms more than its little cousin, the Focus ST, with a weight distribution of 58% at the front and 42% at the rear. Combine power with weight and one gets 231 horsepower per ton. Not bad. Perhaps the most notable part about the new Focus RS, and arguably the aspect that Ford focused on the most during development, is its drivetrain and power delivery systems. The car comes as standard with a 6-speed manual gearbox that's bound to be adored by the user base, and electric power assisted steering. Power is delivered to the road via an automatic, full-time, all-wheel drive system. But you might be forgiven for asking yourself, how can this all-wheel drive car be equipped with something called drift mode? The Focus RS achieves torque vectoring not only with its brakes, but also via a pair of twin electronically controlled clutch packs, which distribute torque around the rear axle. There is one clutch pack for each side of the rear axle. The engine can set up to 70% of its torque to the rear axle, and then up to 100% of that torque can be sent to each of the rear wheels, with the clutch packs being able to completely lock or disengage in 0.06 seconds. That makes the new Focus RS essentially a front-wheel drive car in the straights, and for maximum efficiency and cornering ability, a four-wheel drive car around corners. To begin drifting, the car then simply sends the full 70% of its available torque to the outside rear wheel, which then initiates oversteer. It should also be mentioned that the Focus RS is equipped with strut suspension at the front using anti-roll bars as well, and control arm suspension at the rear with anti-roll bars. To balance things out, the car has been giving stopping power to match. There are 19-inch wheels and disc brakes all round, with 350mm ventilated front discs using lightweight Brembo 4-piston calipers. The RS's exterior has been beefed up substantially to reflect its superiority over the ST. It features a recognizably wider body, a large spoiler, a rear splitter, and a front bumper meaner than the Eye of Sauron. The car also looks especially striking wearing what has to be the bluest blue paint ever made. Supplied with class-beating mechanical trickery, the RS propels itself from 0 to 60 miles an hour in 4.7 seconds and 0 to 100 miles an hour in 12.0 seconds. 0 to 200 kilometers per hour comes about in 19.2 seconds, and Vmax is 165 miles an hour or 264 kilometers per hour. The quarter mile is dealt with in 13.5 seconds at 104 miles an hour or 165 kilometers per hour, and the half mile in 21.3 seconds. 70 miles to 0 takes just 159 feet or 48 meters, and 100 kilometers per hour to 0, 40 meters. Notable lap times for the new RS include a 1 minute 12.3 at INTA, 1 minute 37.5 at Rockingham International, and a 1 minute 19.5 at the Vairano handling course. There is no official word about the Nürburgring lap time of this car, however one could easily expect it to be under 8 minutes, considering the old front-wheel drive RS's time of 8 minutes and 26 seconds. Claimed economy figures include 25 miles per gallon in the highway and 19 miles per gallon in the city, for a 22 miles per gallon mixed cycle. Emissions are at 175 grams per kilometer, and prices start at $36,000 in the US and $31,000 in the UK. Thank you for watching our video. If you enjoyed it and want to keep up with more specs in 5 in the future, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next one.